Hey, Techno Studs! Our storage devices need to fit into our computer. And so we have certain standards of what is the size and shape of these different drives. We call it a form factor. So in this lesson, let's cover the different form factors of these drives. A form factor is one of the considerations when we're purchasing a drive. And what a form factor is, it's the size and shape of a drive. And it might not seem that important on what the size and shape is, but imagine this just being a little bit too big, then it wouldn't fit in the spot that it's supposed to be in. Or perhaps it's a little bit too small. Then there's too much play in this and it can rattle around inside the equipment. So it has to be just right. So there are very specific standards in the size and shapes of these different drives. One of the reasons why this is so important is because our storage devices are usually made by a different company than the rest of our hardware. For instance, this is a Dell laptop and there's a spot to slide in a hard drive in here. And this hard drive needs to be able to fit in here. Of course, there's a little tray that goes into here to slide it in, but it needs to be able to slide into that spot in order to connect to this laptop. Not only that, but a lot of our hardware can be used in other devices. For instance, here's a desktop, and being able to install this in the desktop could be critical as well. Of course, typical with technology, what we've seen is that our drives have shrunk in size while increasing in capacity. So what we have right here is a 3.5-inch form factor. And this is what we used to use on a lot of our machines. And then at some point in time, we started using 2.5-inch primarily and started replacing all of our drives with 2.5-inch. This is a M SATA right here. And then this right here is a M.2. So we see some different form factors here, and we see that it's shrunk over time. Now what we see right here is really mainly long-term storage. These two being hard disk drives, while these two being solid state drives. But we have different form factors with other equipment as well. For instance, if you were to buy RAM or memory for your computer, then this is what those look like. And here's two different types of RAM, or two different formats for RAM when it goes into, this is more built for laptops versus this is more for desktops. So we do have different form factors in other areas as well. Now do note that although I list out some examples of form factors here, there's a lot of other form factors. In fact, I don't even have the 3.5-inch listed right here. So just realize that there are a lot of different form factors out there, and you'll have to buy the right form factor for whatever device you're installing it on.